Happy Halloween, Metal Faithful. It is I, your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich. And this is the Halloween edition of the Metal Hammer of Doom. And let me tell you, because synergy and gimmickry and my just general nonsense, we have waited since June 18th to talk about Helloween's new album, Helloween, otherwise known as Self-Titled. Helloween is the self-titled 16th studio album by German power metal band Helloween that was released on June 18th, 2021, but you've already heard me say that. The album is the first released with the Pumpkins United lineup, which marked the return of original member Kai Hansen on guitars and vocals, and Michael Kiske on vocals in 2016, in addition to the 5-member lineup active since 2005. Helloween is the first album to feature Hansen since the 1988's Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. The first one with Kiske since 1993's Chameleon, not Karma, but just regular Chameleon. It was released 6 years after its predecessor, My God-Given Right, which is the longest gap between two albums from the band. The album is also the first to feature more than one singer, as Hansen, Kiske, and Andy Darris, all of whom had performed as sole lead vocalists on previous albums, shared lead duties. It's like Anthrax with Joey Belladonna and John Bush, but more singers.
And that one guy, who was the fucking guy that took over for Bush that they just didn't want to fucking deal with? Dan Nelson, that's who it was.
Do not remember.
They released some of his the stuff that was supposed to come out with him, but they re-recorded it with Joey Belladonna and renamed a lot of it on Worship Music.
Gotcha. The album reached top 10 positions in several international music charts, but not in America because we don't like music. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me on this special Halloween-themed edition. Get it? Halloween? Do you get it? Do you get it, Jesse Starcher? Do you get it? Ha! Do you get it? Halloween!
Oh, wow.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Ah!
Oh my goodness. I'm really upset that this is not part of the Superblog team up this year, because then we could have gotten voted out somehow because of that right there. It was we're not enough with this guy. I'm tired of it. Get him out of this group.
We're tired of it.
We're tired of it. We're tired of it. Nickelback. Speaking of Nickelback,
I wouldn't give you a penny back.
That sound you hear is the Metal Coop, Robert Cooper. How do you do, sir?
You know, once we run out of Halloween albums to do, I mean, we have Hallows Eve, we've got October 31. Like, there are some good bands I think we could really go with.
Nice. I think this is the last year. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make an announcement right now. 2021, after several years of doing the Metal Hammer of Doom, I think it's time to end this. I think it's time to retire Covers Month in October.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I feel like...
Oh.
You thought I was going a different direction, but I swerved you, bro.
I was going to say, what? Hey, now, we haven't talked about this.
Welcome back, Robert Cooper. Yeah, we're doing away with the whole show.
That's
surprise.
Exactly how he handled it for me. When we were doing the cheap seats, the man ended the show, just the show overall, in the middle of the podcast. It's like, I think this is it. And I'm like, oh, okay. It's been nice going.
Teasley?
Yeah, this was a while back. Good old Teasley. Tricked me.
Wait, did he really? He was like, I'm not going to lie, guy. Is it like, what player? There was a player a few years ago that retired in the middle of the game.
Nice.
Oh, somebody just did that on a college team. I think it was an Ohio State player. Just got out, left the game in the middle of the game, and then tweeted "fuck Ohio State," which was the team.
Pat and I on the History of Boxing, Heavyweight Boxing podcast talked about a guy who mid-fight just started to cry and gave up.
Awesome. That's kind of sad.
The crack didn't help. But listen.
Well, sometimes the crack, it just kind of does things to you.
It does. For years, we've been doing, Covers Month is in October because in my stupid brain, Halloween, October is Halloween, and Halloween is costumes and trick-or-treating. And so so in music, a cover song is a song that wears a costume. Because I'm retarded, apparently. I don't know. That was the leap in logic that I made.
Let's not get canceled here, sir.
It's hard to cancel when no one listens.
Well, it's supposed to be intro
my lady
about
friend
something.
does.
So anyway.
I was supposed. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was saying I was supposed to be introed. I demanded to be introed as like anti-canceled something else. Can't remember what it was now, but I'm non-woke and anti-cancelable. That's the new Trump's social media platform, and I demanded to be introed as that.
I'm going to start introducing you as Little Miss, Cancel Me Not. Yeah, that's who you are.
Perfect.
Little Miss Cancel Me Not, Jesse Starcher. Anyway, so we can move on with this, and I can get on to my hot date later this evening.
Oh no, Pamela Anderson.
Anyway,
Wow.
I think
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
that's what she said. I think we're done with covers month. There's just so much stuff that comes out, and so this whole year though, was really backloaded with a lot of really good albums to the point where I'm going to make a second announcement, Jesse, and this one is going to break your heart. This one you may need some time away from me to process it. Are you ready?
Okay. All right. Let me hear it.
We're done with year-end shows.
Well, now you pissed me off.
I love year-end shows.
I know, but here's the problem: there's not enough time to get to all the things we want to get to unless we go over the year. So it's either we do the year-end show and we don't do things like Volbeat and some other stuff that I have planned for next year because it's coming out too late in the year to get it into this year, or we don't do them and we get to those things. So
well, there is, you never know. Someone might have the initiative to just do one by themselves.
I would love someone to have the initiative to do these by themselves.
I rolled for initiative.
D20, baby.
But you rolled a 1 and dropped your dagger. All right.
No, actually, I rolled a 6 and my mace flew off into the bushes, and I never saw it again.
Okay. Serpendentic. Why? All you guys, man. Technically. Ugh. Anyway.
Oh, no, that actually happened to me while playing D&D in real life.
That's unfortunate. All right, so let's get on with this. We have not reviewed a Helloween album, I think, in the entire many years that we've been doing this, to my recollection. Coop,
yeah,
do you remember? We could. I know. There's no way we did My God-Given Right.
I can swear. No, we didn't do that one.
Well,
I swear we did a Helloween album.
Well, the only one before that was Straight Out of Hell, and that was 2013.
Yeah, I think we reviewed Straight Out of Hell.
Are you sure?
I remember that cover.
Okay, maybe. I'll look it up when we start playing some music, and we'll settle this once and for all for the first time, for the last time. Jesse, now you were following the show back when it first started, more or less-ish, but have you actually heard any Helloween? Are you familiar with the band at all?
Did we do a Metal Hammer of Doom extra by chance on one of these videos?
Stop asking me questions.
I will ask you questions and make you not answer them. I swear that we did, unless I'm getting it confused with
thinking about Trick
somebody
or Treat.
Else.
I feel like you're thinking of Trick or Treat.
Yep. Okay,
and
so
that we absolutely
no.
did. That we absolutely did.
Okay.
And no,
okay, so
there is no Helloween in the Blog Talk Radio archive.
Well, then. Maybe I listened to it on my own and forgot.
It's entirely possible.
Because that was when I was writing, and I listened to like 500 albums a year. Now I listen to 50.
You got a life.
All right, so
that's what I got.
We should have fun with this one. This is German power metal. We seem to favor those kinds of albums on the Metal Hammer of Doom. We tend to like that one. I mean, Jesse kind of hates like the death metal and black metal that we do, but when we do this, Jesse's usually into it, especially if there's a fun story.
Metal of color.
Right. Don't want to get canceled.
Dude, I love Helloween. I'm really excited that Kai Hansen's back in the band. He's awesome.
What about you, Jesse? What do you think?
Hey, I got a chance to listen to this album. This is the first time I've ever been exposed to Helloween, as far as I know. So, I was excited. I like the way it sounds. So yeah, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, well, let's get into it then. Now we've wasted enough time. Oh, look, there's me naked on camera.
Wait a minute. No. Who signed me up for this?
You don't sign up, you get drafted. Anyway, here we go.
My eyes, the goggles, they do nothing.
We've got Out for the Glory, Fear of the Fallen, and Best Time.
Decide and stand your ground, my friend. Refuse and your fall goes hand in hand. Decide, decide, decide. Myself back on the line. Yes, I know I'm gonna be alright. I'm feeling better in the neon lights. I will have the best time of my life. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery.
Jesse Starcher, when you do this podcast, are you having the best day of your life?
Oh, Mark Radulich, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery. You know that?
I do, because I just heard it in the song. Cooper, so I was sitting here thinking, like, I know I've listened to other Helloween albums before, but there was one specific, and I couldn't remember until I looked at the previous, I looked at the discography. I'm like, there's one that jumps out at me as one that I paid a lot of attention to, and I think, like, I've been following Helloween for a really long time, but I definitely, like, fell out of it for a little while and just hadn't listened to anything. So do you know the last Helloween album that I know I made a point to listen to was?
Walls of Jericho.
Close. Rabbit Don't Come Easy. From 2003. That's how long ago that was.
Wow.
Yeah.
I remember 2003 pretty well.
I may have also paid attention to Keeper of the Seven Keys, The Legacy, that came out in 2005. But yeah, I'm looking at the rest of these. I'm like, I don't remember any of these at all. Gambling with the Devil, Seven Sinners. I'm like looking at the covers of them. I'm like, nope. So,
not ringing a bell. Not ringing a bell.
Nope.
Not ringing a bell.
And maybe I'm confusing them with Mystic Prophecy, which is entirely possible knowing me. But I could have... No, there it is. 1999's Metal Jukebox. Yes. Would you believe that was my actual introduction to Helloween? The very first Helloween album... Well, yeah, of course you would think that that's the case because, covers guy over here. But the very first Helloween album I ever listened to was Metal Jukebox.
Very nice. What's your favorite cover off there?
Oh, gosh. You put me to the test, Jesse Starcher.
Bring up that track list.
He's a woman, she's a man.
All right.
That one's
controversial phrase.
The cover of From Out of Nowhere is pretty faithful to the Faith No More version. I was going to say, I think White Room's also really good. So.
Okay.
All right. Jesse, what'd you think of those first two tracks?
Oh, good. A good start to this album, I believe. I mean, it's just like you said. I definitely get the power metal feel from these guys. Best Time had a little bit. It felt a little bit more grounded than the rest of them, just because he's doing a little something different with his vocals. But yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, everything sounds kind of like what I expected. We're off and running here. It's Helloween, so not really a whole lot else I could add to it. Coop?
I really enjoy the fact that, and was also surprised when I saw one of the videos. I was like, holy shit, how many people are in this band?
Yeah.
Here's Cousin Louie.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize, because I hadn't really been following the band. I didn't know Michael Kiske or Kai Hansen were back. So when I saw that, I lost my shit, because I really enjoy the vocals of both of them, frankly. The fact that they were able to, I guess, work everything out and get together is, it's admirable, especially, when you see a lot of times in music, people just kind of drift away and they don't want to deal with each other anymore.
Right.
That is certainly the case. Or they form a new band, and then while performing, they get shot on stage.
Oh, shit. Never saw that one coming.
Neither did Dimebag.
That's where that joke was going. Thank you for picking that up.
Set him right up for that.
We're
a metal podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, it happened. It was pretty good. You practically just saw the joke running on stage. Shit.
I'm getting to this year. Your gift for me, Jesse, is a T-shirt that says, "How do I get out of this chicken shit outfit?"
Yeah, perfect.
And I need you to wear it on camera.
Oh, that can happen.
Behind your microphone that takes up your entire screen.
Yeah. I'm going to get a bigger microphone for Christmas.
The camera's just all microphone. Can you be like Dave and just be a disembodied head? Have you seen him when he's on camera, the way that it's angled?
No, I don't think so. It's been a while. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. I'm going to have to check out some of those vids.
Some of the videos that because of where people have their cameras angled are hilarious. There's Ronnie, who you get to see the top of his head.
Right.
There's David, who's a disembodied head. You don't see his body at all.
Nice.
Yeah. Everybody else, I can't. Everybody else looks like they're actually framed in the shot pretty well. All right, you guys ready to hear the next three?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go, yo. We've got Mass Pollution, Angels, and Rise Without Chains.
But I hear the angels say, the emotions were right, magical but like a wonder. Our precious heart can be broken within one night. She's a devil in disguise. How can I turn back the time? Wake up, stars will nightmares. Can't fight them all. Only illusion and dancing confusion. They know it's just fall of denial. Isolation like self-installation for a world where our soul can fly. Overland to an ocean and strand. But don't ever, you should never rise without shame. Rise without shame.
This album, these first 6 tracks are so heavy. But before we continue, I do want to pay a bill or two. I want to tell you about our good friends over at Grammarly, Jesse. I'll tell you,
Oh yeah.
when you do your notes for your comics, Jesse, you like to whip out your Grammarly, don't you?
Oh, you have no idea how much of a help that is.
Yes, sir.
It sounds like code for something.
He's on to us, Jesse.
Hold on, baby. I gotta whip out my Grammarly.
Jesse, he's on to us. What are we gonna? What do we do?
I don't know. Don't know what to do. Get me out of this chicken shit outfit.
Grammarly's. I got you. I got the code. Grammarly's AI-powered products help people communicate more effectively. Grammarly helps you write mistake-free on Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and nearly anywhere else you write on the web. Grammarly corrects hundreds of grammar, punctuation, and spelling mistakes while also catching contextual errors, improving your vocabulary, and suggesting style improvements. To download Grammarly today, go to getgrammarly.com/W2M Network. Again, it's getgrammarly.com/W2M Network to download. I'm not doing cocaine. I swear to God, I'm trying to take a breath. To download Grammarly for
That's
free.
a likely story.
Remember that hot date I was telling you about? That's how I get through it. Cocaine. Anyway.
Are you doing it
Hell of a
on an
drug.
airplane?
No, I'm doing it on a podcast. I mean, I'm not No, FBI, I'm not doing it on a podcast. Anyway.
What does
knock,
Nunzio
knock.
want with you, sir?
What don't they want with me? Listen, this is a really heavy album so far. I feel like it's heavier than the standard Helloween, like a shade heavier. That one song in the middle there, I think it was, sorry, the first song of that trio, Mass Pollution, probably my favorite off of here, Cooper. I mean, this is a pretty, for Helloween, I feel like this is a very aggressive album.
I think so, and I think it's just the fact that the whole band's together, and literally.
Yeah. Just rocking out with their cocks out there. Like, it's been so long since we've all been together. Let's just play hard, play fast, play long. And
I see what you did there. Oh, you.
And they create they created a lot of magic with this album. Because like I said, I can remember thinking back to some earlier Helloween albums, and they tend to lean on the more whimsical side of progressive instead of like the thrashier Iron Maiden side of progressive metal. And this has definitely got some heavy. This has got some heavy vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Oh, that was a really poor idea from me. I was going to say that I really enjoyed the direction they're going with this because, I actually didn't listen to their last one.
Mm-hmm.
But I do remember the one from 2013, and I remember it being all right, but I just kind of felt like some ingredient was missing from the chicken sandwich.
Yeah. I think the combination of all of these different talents produce something that has a lot more energy to it. That it factor, that the sort of esoteric thing that people talk about with any sort of performance or artistry, where it's like it's the thing that sets it apart from everything else that's similar but not quite as good. What do you think about these first 6 tracks so far, Jesse?
I think we're getting, as the album goes, it continues to get a little bit better for me. At the outset of it, I was like, okay, this feels kind of like it's just some power metal, and I'm not really entranced with what I'm hearing other than just listening to what I'm getting. I'm not like really paying attention to the lyrics. I'm not really grabbed by what I'm hearing.
You're not hearing a fun story about a glorious hammer?
No, I'm not, as a matter of fact.
You're not hearing about cocaine in an airplane?
Nope. Unfortunately, that was left out of the album as well. There is a song coming up here pretty soon that really caught my attention. But
it's fucking Robot King, isn't it?
Well, that did, but it's another one. There's one after that. We'll
Was
talk
it
about.
GoBot King?
GoBot King.
Is it meh? Is it meh?
Is it who? Meh?
I was about to make another classic Metal Hammer of Doom internal reference, but I don't want to cut you off. Please continue.
Oh well, it's not meh. I'll tell you that much. I'm enjoying myself, and I think as the album goes, it continues to get a little bit better. And as we're approaching the end of the album here in the next half, anyway, I think it continues to elevate. So I'm enjoying my time listening to it. Nothing's really grabbing me, though. Nothing's making me go, holy shit, I need to go back and listen to the rest of the Helloween discography. Not happening.
Not enough mathcore for you?
Oh, boy. That's where you were going. Okay, I got
yes,
you.
Sir.
You lost me. I don't know this one. Was I out for this joke?
Yes. Jesse angered an entire contingent of metal fans by accident.
Oh, no. What did you do to the mathcore people?
I did nothing to the math.
Show me on the doll.
You know what my mistake was, Coop? It was agreeing with Mark Radulich. That's what my mistake was. Because he brought it up, and I was like, oh, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I made a statement. Jesse agreed with it and then got blamed for it. It was great. Like, there was a transient property of stupidity that somehow landed on Jesse.
And the thing is I feel so bad because I really wanted to review that album. What was that? Rings of Saturn?
Yeah.
Get 'em. Get 'em.
We did review it, didn't we? We reviewed Get 'em,
yeah,
Get 'em.
we did. And we reviewed Get 'em, Get 'em. That's where we made the mathcore reference, and that's where we got our asses handed to us.
You got your ass handed to us. No one said anything about me.
Get 'em. Get 'em.
Yeah, Jesse get 'em, right? All right, right in the right in the booty.
Get 'em.
I got him all right.
Jesse said, Mama said there'd be days like this when you get them, jit 'em.
We did the get 'em. I don't know how many different podcasts because you had to fucking sit there and plug it all the time, and then you just get 'em.
Get 'em, jit 'em.
Get 'em.
That's right, Daddy. Get him, get him. Yep.
That probably pissed them off just as much. You guys can't fucking pronounce the fucking album right.
Jesse,
Sorry, rings of
Robert.
Sure.
Let's play a quick. I know I said I wanted to be done in literally like 18 minutes, but let's play a fun game real quick.
Okay.
Top 5 reviews we've done since 2012 that have pissed people off. I'll start. Metal Hammer of Doom Extra, Judas Priest and Baby Metal breaking the law.
Number one.
No.
Fucking bullet. Made me almost swear off YouTube and actually eat presence online.
Jesse almost went into witness protection. Have you not heard that story?
Yeah,
No.
All right.
Mistakes were made, Robert.
So it was one of the Metal Hammer of Doom extras, and I found a live performance of Judas Priest playing with Baby Metal, which we thought was adorable. And as you know, Baby Metal are 3 Japanese women, teenage gals, I think, and they of course don't sing. When they sing in English, they sing with a Japanese accent, which I thought was adorable.
No. English.
English, exactly. So they're going breaking the raw, and I'm dying laughing.
Oh no!
Breaking the raw.
Breaking the raw.
I'm dying laughing. I'm crying. I'm laughing so hard, and I do this on the podcast, and I guess it came across like I was being really insulting to the girls.
Oh, look at the
Yeah, Lord, you adorable little Asians.
Yeah,
and
like, they can't sing.
And we got a lot of listens on that particular Metal Hammer of Doom extra, and because and the more listens you get, the more likely you are to get a comment. And we got several comments calling me a racist. So it got
bad.
Yeah, it got we got dragged through the comments on that one.
I mean, dude, if there was anything that would have got us canceled, that was really the forerunner for what
you guys become the main character of Twitter for a day.
Yes, on the wanted poster and everything. Number 2 was Ministry Americant or American, whatever.
Because we're tired of it.
We got a lot of comments on that one. It's funny because I was going through the Metal Hammer of Doom extras and we were having an interaction which seemed pretty civil enough with a guy. Mm-hmm. And then he got pissed off.
Yeah.
About some comment that we made about, how left he's leaning. And of course we had Ronnie Adams on for that podcast, if you remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
When we actually did the podcast.
Was I there for that?
You might have been, dude. I can't remember either, but yeah, that was pretty heated too. That one got. It seems like the more comments we got, the worse off we felt afterwards. It was never a comment like, "Hey guys, great job." It was more like, "Hey guys, go kill yourself."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We get a lot of that.
Was it like that one time that we got the call in?
Okay, I'll go ahead and say that was number 3. That didn't get us necessarily dragged. That was
Slayer?
That was very early on. We got a caller, and it was like, and it's always the same, especially in the early years of Blog Talk Radio, because you don't have a call screener. So it was a great place for people to troll. So people would call into just random shows and start to sound like they were a real caller, and then it was always a gay joke, like never failed. So it was always like, hey guys, I'm really enjoying your Slayer review. I'm a big fan of Slayer too. And when are you guys going to fuck in the butt? All right.
When was the last time somebody touched you? And I was like, I got so heated. I was mad.
I could not tell because if I have no memory of you, Cooper, I have one memory, and that is, aren't you adorable? Which cracked me the fuck up. Like,
did I say that?
Yeah, your instant reaction to that guy was, "Aren't you adorable?" And adorable? Snorted. I was laughing so hard.
I did not remember that, but that sounds exactly like my "Oh, God bless you, asshole."
Yeah, it was really oh, bless your heart. So Slayer is number 3. Do we want to count the Cruachan review where we actually heard from the band correcting us?
Oh,
no. Now hold on. They didn't correct us, if I remember correctly. I
don't remember this.
Jesse, their song about the yellow Ford, I assumed was about a car. They corrected us.
Yeah. That was me making a joke, and or us making a joke, and then the lead singer of Cruachan got onto YouTube and said, "I like this. This is funny." He said he liked it, so
Right.
I'm not counting that as a bad thing. He got on there. It was actually he was enjoying himself watching.
He was greatly amused at our bumfuckery.
Oh, dude, we were making fun of one of the band members and saying that he looked like an old grandma. I remember and somebody went like, "Poor Keith," and they were talking about the guy we were making fun of.
He's got some fucking degenerate disease. And here we are fucking yucking it up, being like, "Oh, he looks like a handbag."
The lead singer watched them and then immediately made a fan out of me. I followed him on Facebook. I said, I was very happy with his reaction. We'll just put it that way.
Number 4 is our Amorphous review. Because that was the one where it was like 10% we talked about the album, 50% fart jokes, and we couldn't. I was at a period where I didn't think anyone was really listening, so it didn't matter what we talked about, and we didn't quite have the agenda that we have now. Where we got to get shit done and in a timely fashion. So those were the days where we would just spin yarns and talk about bullshit, and we happened to have been playing music at the time. So the person who commented didn't know that about us during that period, and so he's listening to the Amorphous. Go ahead.
I was going to say they came to this table expecting to be served some very fine dining. No, not exactly. That ain't happening.
Rolled in with those McDonald's cheeseburgers ASAP.
So I remember, I'll never forget that comment. They were just like, "What?" I was like, "I was enjoying this until what the fuck, guys? Did you just decide to stop talking about the album 10 minutes into your podcast?" Kinda. I can't remember
that's what we do.
I can't remember what the 5th one was, but the 5th one was sort of, and I have not changed this behavior at all, as evidenced by this very podcast. But there was one show that we did where someone's comment was, "I was enjoying it until the vaguely what was it? Not homoerotic, but what was it when you hate homosexuals? Is the word I'm looking for.
Homophobic?
Yeah, the vaguely homophobic banter between you and Jesse."
Oh boy,
Do you remember that?
I barely remember that. I'm curious as to what was said though.
Guess, Jesse, how long have you been doing podcasts with me? Any number of things might have been said.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, I usually were making gay jokes towards one another.
Right, but that's what it was, and that's what he took as homophobic. Basically, it was like, "I want to fuck Jesse Starcher. Why do you hate gay people?" Wait, what?
Hate gay people? Hell, I want to be one.
I keep making passes at him. Poor Robert Whitfrey thinks I'm gay. I'm more queer than a $3 bill. But hey, True story, by the way. I called him out on that on the Dune thing last night. No, it wasn't actually on the podcast. It was before, because something personal had happened to me, and I basically said, I was like, if anyone thinks golden showers are my kink, it's you'd be closer to the truth to say I'm gay than that. Yuck, gross. See, that never gets a laugh the way I wanted to. It gets awkward silence. God damn it.
Awkward silence.
Oh, my God. I can't joke around with you people.
Well, I mean,
Top 5.
I just don't understand why I would even think that golden showers were your kink.
You have to hear the story that preceded it.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not talking
because
about
I was
on the
like, well, I mean, hey, you know what? If you want a warm waterfall, go for it, buddy.
There was
some people enjoy.
I'm just going to tell you, there was a thing that happened. I talked about it with them because I had to vent, and then I made that joke, and then Dave in his disembodied head just sort of stared at me, and I was like, all right.
Just kind of floated off camera. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it.
Captain Dave. Can we go now? Can we move on?
Oh, he's Captain Dave.
He is. He's sitting in my lap right now, purring up a storm.
I'm going to send you a little kitty pirate hat for your cat.
You should. I don't know if he'd wear it, but it'd be quite adorable, as the Spanish would say.
Who wants to hear more music? Me.
Here we go. Who wants to hear us talk about music? I don't know, Chief. We'll get to it.
All right. The next three songs are Indestructible, Robot King, and Cyanide. right, Jesse, start us off here on a very serious and involved and educational discussion of Indestructible, Robot King, and Cyanide.
Oh, what table have you come to, Mark Radulich? Again, you're at the wrong. Find the exit and leave.
I'm sorry. Please tell me about the painkiller.
No, nope.
Oh no!
Nope.
Oh no!
Nope.
Sorry. By the way, that's what it was. It wasn't breaking the law. It was painkiller.
Painkiller.
This is the painkiller.
Oh boy. All right. So top.
Damn the Mongolians.
Just. I put my application in for any other metal podcast out there that would accept me as. I mean, look, I don't add
Lord
much.
And Savior Jesus Christ.
So Indestructible. It just occurred to me that there have been plenty of songs called Indestructible. And
hang on, have you been smoking? What's going on with your voice?
Well, remember what was it last week where I was coughing and stuff like that? I have had like the cold to end all colds for a while.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
I'm getting better.
Uh-oh.
Take care of yourself, because the last time I had a cold, I got cancer. So
Oh
Bam.
shit!
Yeah, what the fuck? Ooh,
I'm going to the
oh
doctor.
boy, that kind of
go get a checkup, bud.
Oh yeah.
Remember the safe word is good.
The safe word is.
All right. So anyway,
Keep going.
as for the 3 songs that we just listened to, I decided to head over to Spotify or Amazon Music
Yes.
and looked up Indestructible just to see how many bands actually have a song.
Did you
titled
say
Indestructible.
Amazon Music?
I did, as a matter of fact.
Wait, you did? I thought you said something. Oh, shut up. You're ruining the bit.
Can I please do my plug? Well, Jesse, did you know that if you're enjoying Helloween, you can actually use our link in the description of this podcast, getamazonmusic.com/W2M Network, to get a free 30-day trial of the Amazon Music Unlimited service to listen to all the Helloween you want?
Wow, that's awesome. Tell me more.
No, that's it.
All right. That's it. Find it in the link below. There's probably a comment box. Do not stop by the comment box. Whatever you do, just click the link and move
It's in
on.
the box.
What's in the box?
Box.
Please continue,
You don't
Jesse,
wanna
because
know.
I'm pretty sure I've lost it.
Indestructible has there's a lot of bands that titled songs called Indestructible. Disturbed comes to mind. Rancid has a song called Indestructible. Wage War has a song called Indestructible. Also, the Goo Goo Dolls has a song called Indestructible. The Fratellis.
Hang on, I gotta yell,
I
Robert.
assume-
What are you fucking yelling about with your ugh on the Goo Goo Dolls? There's nothing wrong with the Goo
Or
Goo
like
Dolls.
the poo-poo dolls.
You're the Poo Poo Dolls.
Oh my.
Ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with the Goo Goo Dolls, white boy.
I mean, Jesus, they're as soft as a white man's phallus.
I understand what you're saying, but
The
Go
Four
ahead,
Tops have
Jesse.
a song called Indestructible. So anyway, yeah, I liked what I was hearing here. I did love the story behind Robot King. Yes, Mark Radulich, I did enjoy that one.
I'll bet you
I mean,
did.
it's pretty much a dude waking up, finding out he's part robot. I mean, listen,
Like
when
you
you
do.
could insert the phrase "your inner positronic brain" into a song, okay,
perfect.
go ahead and mark the checkbox right now. Just mark it. All right.
Oh, damn it, we're not doing video. I don't have my bingo clip.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Damn. But yeah, Cyanide was decent as well. So I'm enjoying myself. I'm having a good time listening to the album. So, Coop, what do you think, man?
I think this album's so heavy it didn't get a date to prom.
Oh, that's a fat joke.
It's just offend everybody. How's that sound?
Pardon?
I said, let's offend everybody. Let's just shoot for every internet audience member we can find.
We're certainly working on it.
You did say shoot, so I mean, might as well go for it.
Oh,
I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna get myself in big doo doo now.
All right, Jesse. We got 4 tracks to go. When we come back, we'll check in with the critics, and then we'll say goodnight, Gracie. How does that sound?
and angry metal guy.
Yes, but what does the
What?
angry
He
metal...
has a review.
He has a review for this one.
Oh my god, the angry metal guy actually actually reviewed something that we're talking about? When does that ever happen anymore?
No kidding.
Now when I say, but what does the angry metal guy think, we'll actually find out. I'm very excited about this. All right, so here we go. The last 4 songs of the night. This is Down in the Dumps, Skyfall, Golden Times, as opposed to Golden Showers, and Save My Hide.
Nope.
see. I want to change our destiny. Out of the crowd, they're screaming loud, the influence of media hounds. But I can't change it here. A part of me will shelter from the rain. But here I stand, take the bow. If I was the master of starlight, I would shine. I just saved my hide. I just step aside. I don't wanna fight my whole life through. I know this is wrong. I know the right way. My argument's strong, but silent I stay. I try to show hard. I try to persuade, but muted and played. I just save my life. I just step aside. I don't wanna fight my whole life. I don't take pride in staying alive. I just save my life, my whole life.
All right, Jesse, take me home, baby doll.
Wow. Okay, so just real quick, I want to point out 2 of the 4 that we just talked about, and I'm just going to quickly say, Down in the Dumps, lyrically, another song that kind of focuses on mental health and dealing with depression. I mean, that is straight up what the lyrics look like they're trying to get across. Skyfall, I mean, I don't know if you guys picked it up, but I know this was the one song off this album that made my ears immediately tune in when all of a sudden you hear like them yell "Hangar 18." So that song is pretty much about an alien or the alien that gets captured and put into Hangar 18.
Totally thought you
and
were
then-
referencing the Megadeth song.
I mean, that's when I heard that, I was like, oh boy, Megadeth.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's based off the same premise. So the alien gets captured and then he escapes, I think is what we see in Skyfall. So anyway, and not the James Bond. Is it James Bond, Skyfall?
It is James.
Yes.
It is James
Okay, thank you.
Bond.
It is. Yeah. Anyway,
Yes, Smokey.
Man. So, yeah, hey, just to give you a quick rundown of some of the scores that I found online, the Headbanging Moose gave it 5 skulls. So I assume that's out of 5. So there you go.
Are they moose skulls?
No, they were not. These were skulls, man, with lightning bolts on them. Come on, dude. I mean, how much more metal can you get? Man of Much Metal says the score of Much Metal is 89% for this album. Blabbermouth gave it an 8 out of 10. Distorted Sound Mag gives it a 7 out of 10. And let's finish off these reviews with the Angry Metal Guy, who gave this a 3.5 out of 5. Final paragraph. Some bloat and quasi-filler aside, Helloween is the most exciting thing Helloween's crafted in a long time. I'm not sure how they made this all work, but work it does. Even that cover art, which, by the way, Coop, take a look at that cover art. That's an enchantment that can find its way into Magic the Gathering pretty easily.
Oh yes, it can run in that replenish deck that I grinded your ass down with.
Okay. Yep. All right. So aside from the fact that Coop showed up my house with my ass at Magic, even that cover art with its callbacks to Walls of Jericho and the mysterious keeper dude tossing keys willy-nilly is a win. This album grows with every spin, and there's a lot of quality moments to savor. I hope they can maintain this patch and see if they get another visit from the Great Space Pumpkin. Helloween ain't a bad place to be. I'll tell you, I did have a good time listening to the album. There is a lot here to process. I can tell you that when you get into it lyrically, man, can they tell a story. It's a fun, fast-paced, rockin' good time. So I enjoyed myself.
Very cool. All right. You want to give your final thoughts there, Cooper, and we'll start to head on out of here?
I mean, I would definitely consider doing so. I fucking
Would you like to give your final words? Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
If time permits. Down in the Dumps, again, songs that are about mental health. I really feel like, even though they're very common nowadays, I still feel like when things are brought to light, it really helps people that suffer from that know that they're not alone. And that's something very positive. I'm a big fan of that. Skyfall, it's funny. So I listened to the one on YouTube, the album, or the single version. I was like, fuck, a single version, 7 minutes long. What in the hell's the album version? 12 minutes long. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. That's, that thing's almost this song shreds as much as I do. In the gym or on the toilet. I don't know which one. And then the wah, wah, wah. I'm trying to make the turkey sounds. We can get that fucking Radulich Broadcasting Network soundboard back up. It's a living.
It's a living.
Yeah, the other two songs, I think they're actually bonus tracks, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
But, dude, they were so fucking good, man. Like, this album rocks my socks. I'm definitely going to be revisiting it again because there's just so much to digest here. This thing's like a Golden Corral without the, the ramp. And yeah, except, that we don't need sneeze guards on here. All right, and you don't have to worry about that one time. Instead of putting syrup on my waffle, I reached too far and poured mayonnaise on it.
Ew.
It was a bad time, and the guy over there cooking the waffles was dying. Like they couldn't keep a straight face. I'm like, no, it's fine. I'll just pour enough syrup on it. I'll be fine. It was not fine. That was RUFF, man. It was for the dogs. But yeah, Golden Time and Save My Hide, they really fucking rocked, man. I would give this album a solid 9 out of 10 just because like it feels like everything is right in the world for just this moment. And this album was really good.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoyed this album, despite all the silly jokes that we made and everything. I had a good time talking about this. I had a lot of fun. It was heavier than I anticipated. Like I threw it on. It was one of those where I threw it on the schedule because of the name, and because of the the reason for the season. And then it was like I never really gave it much thought than that. I'm like, oh, this will probably be okay. Might be a drag. One never knows. And it ended up being one of the better albums we heard this year. So you never can tell, as the song goes. This was a teenage wedding, and we almost wished him well.
Hey, you lost me on that one, Chief.
It was a teenage wedding, and we almost wished him well. Pulp Fiction?
Still not getting it. Nope, go ahead.
Oh, Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, okay. I tried to watch. I have not. Well, I finished that movie once.
The dancing scene. The dancing.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen that.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. And then you just start bawling.
You want to build a snowman?
It doesn't.
Speaking of inserting things,
does not have to be a snowman.
Batman.
That's a good callback.
Yes, sir. All right. That's it. That's the end of the Metal Hammer of Doom for this evening. That is the end of Halloween season for us. No more covers, no more books, no more teachers' dirty looks. Next week we have Ministry Moral Hygiene. If you want to check out the rest of what we did this month, we looked at Ice Nine Kills, The Silver Screen Part 2, Welcome to Horrorwood, Monster Magnet, Better Dystopia. The week before we didn't do anything, but we kicked off the month with Poppy Flux. We had to talk about the Poppy. It was actually September 29th. All right. As I said, next month we've got the Ministry and then nothing for several weeks. So unless Coop gets motivated.
That's
but
right,
hey,
yeah. Coop and I might have something planned.
But there'll be Metal Hammer of Doom, some old Metal Hammer of Dooms that'll be going up hither and thither. We've got the old Trick or Treat reanimated, and I don't know if people know this or not, but a lot of the Radulich and Broadcasting stuff from 2017 to now didn't get up on the site, so it's published. It was definitely published as a podcast. Some of it didn't actually make it to YouTube, and most of it didn't make it to the W2M.net site. So a lot of the stuff is being republished on the site that you may not have known existed for one reason or another. So Metal Hammer of Doom will be represented. As a matter of fact, in the month of November, we're re-airing two of our classic Thanksgiving time album reviews that we did. One, I think the very first turkey we called it. The very first turkey we did, it was the night before Thanksgiving. We always review some shitty album, and the very first one we kicked that tradition off with was Metallica's Saint Anger.
Ugh.
Exactly.
Dink, 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 dink.
And then I think while I was away with my family, Robert, who are you, Cooper? And
yes, it's been how many years?
I'm old. Jesse Starcher pushed me in the pool. Well, I wasn't there, but they still pushed me in the pool. And they reviewed Celtic Frost.
Cold Lake,
yeah.
Yeah, a fucking proto black metal band doing hair metal in 1991 because that was the time to do it.
And Jesse, do you remember when we reviewed the Rocky IV soundtrack?
Oh my goodness, do I ever. Sort the mail, Mark Radulich.
Sort the mail!
Sort the mail! Ow!
Well, that never made it to the site, so we're going to republish those, and hopefully it'll get some attention, especially with the Rocky IV director's cut that's coming. That's going to be available.
I'm very excited for that.
I already have tickets to the Fathom event for it. I'm taking my kids. Here's how derelict of a parent I am, and my wife is just as bad because she encouraged me to do this. I am taking my kids to the Fathom event with the Q&A, and then because it's a late show, they're just not going to go to school the next day. How about that, Jesse?
Perfect.
Education, schmeducation.
That's right, buddy.
You need to go see Rocky IV in the theater.
You need on a toilet and Facebook.
It is definitely at least social studies. You can count that as a social studies education bit right there, taking him to go see the geopolitical ramifications of Rocky IV.
If he dies, he dies.
Rocky IV ended the Cold War. We all know that to be true.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. That is exactly what did it.
Jesse, go ahead and do your plugs.
Okay. I've got a few things here real quick to plug. Hey, listen, I went to an auction. You guys know how I like to fondle junk. But
this is going to be really quick.
At the auction.
Wait, I love Jesse. This is going to be really quick. Now, let me tell you about when I was born, which goes without saying.
I had an auction online I went to, got some comics, and for the first time ever, I did a source material bonus video where I even produced everything a la kind of like Metal Hammer of Doom Extra, where I did a 17-minute podcast, but you can watch me talking. No, you don't watch me talking, but you can watch the stuff that I'm talking about appear on the screen. Static images, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving forward in the source material.
Yes.
YouTube.
Look at us catching up to 2015 on YouTube.
2015? Hell, you're moving. Get some Windows Movie Maker on there. We're going to move to 2009.
That is
Nice.
right, damn it. So anyway, it was an issue that I found in amongst the comics, which was called Daredevil versus Vapora, which was a PSA piece done by Marvel and Gamma. Gamma is the gas appliance manufacturers association. Anyway, listen, it's Daredevil versus gas fumes, and trying to teach some kids, don't clean shit with gasoline. It's kind of a bad idea. I'm just saying, and that happens a lot in the comic. Daredevil catches fire, kids are burning up. Seriously.
The fuck comic did you...
Unfortunately, he never saw it coming, so...
Well, there's a joke in there about that. Yeah, so anyway, check that out. It's a YouTube video. It's about 17 minutes long. It's a lot of fun. It's me. Hey, I even sound worse than I do right now. Obviously, that's going to get everybody to listen.
Yeah.
And then we have Rise of the Midnight Suns is taking place right now on Unspoken Issues. There's a 6-part mini fun size episodes leading up to Halloween where Chris Armstrong and myself are focusing on each part of the Rise of the Midnight Sun. So if you like that, you could probably tune in and check that out. It's going to first two episodes are in the archive right now. Tripped Up Trivia Horror Edition is happening on the 30th. Check that out. If you like trivia, listen, play along. You should have a good time. We had some fantastic guests on there, and it was a lot of fun. Source material, Power Rangers, A Nightmare on Elm Street drops on the 31st. That's right, Power Rangers, A Nightmare on Elm Street. I do not need to say more. And then November 1st, Robert Cooper makes his way back to the show. And just spoiler alert, the show crashed again, but this time
No,
we actually saved it. We saved it. It was saved. It was
How the
saved.
fuck? How?
In the middle, so right at the end, like everything cuts off, and I'm like, where the hell did Coop go? And we ended the show at that. Luckily, we were in the middle of plugs. So, but yeah,
was it
Eternals.
really? That's right.
Yep, Eternals by Neil Gaiman. Coop and I sat down. We had a good discussion. Get you primed and ready for that Eternals movie that's coming up. You'll learn something. Plus, we had a good time talking about the writing that happens in there. I mean, there was some good writing that happened with Neil Gaiman at the helm. So that is it for me. Robert Cooper, you are up, sir.
That's good because I have so many things to plug. Like it's 2014.
You good, bud? Can we go, or do you actually have anything to plug?
No, go buy appliances, please.
God,
Come
okay.
visit me.
All right, folks, that's it. That's the Metal Hammer of Doom 4. Jesse Starcher, who likes to wander your neighborhoods and fondle your junk. For that joke never gets old.
Fondling of my own right now.
Oh no!
He said woohoo!
This is a children's show, sir. If there's a child listening to this podcast,
I feel bad.
what are you doing? Go listen to some 15-year-old, 45-year-old man who tries to sound 15 play Minecraft.
And on that note, be well, be safe, and behave.